Shush! It's time for The Shelf. Whangarei District Libraries Radio on Beagle Radio. Oh!
Tēnā koutou katoa, no mai, whakarongo mai ki The Shelf. He punua paho mai I ngā whare pukapuka I Whangarei I Beagle Radio 88.1 FM. I pahuri koutou I ngā hōtaka me o hautu ki ngā whare pukapuka I YouTube. Hello everyone, welcome back to The Shelf, a podcast for Whangarei District Libraries on Beagle Radio 88.1 FM and streaming online at beagleradio.co.nz. To catch up on episodes you might have missed, subscribe to the Whangarei District Libraries YouTube channel. Kia ora, my name is LJ. I am a cataloguing services librarian at Whangarei District Libraries.
Kia ora everyone, my name is Karlie and I'm seconded into the acquisitions librarian role at Whangarei District Libraries.
And we're back.
We're back for 2026.
The first episode of The Shelf for 2026. I'm excited. The studio looks different. There's some shiny new equipment.
Yeah, Beagle Radio's had some upgrades, much needed upgrades, and it looks amazing.
It looks really cool.
We're having fun playing with all the new toys in the studio.
And we're going to kick it off today with a regular, an old favourite, what we have been reading or watching or listening to.
Yeah.
What library media have you been consuming, Karlie?
I have been consuming... Well, you'll be so shocked at this, LJ. A historical romance book.
Oh my god! From you?
Who would have thunk? I found a couple of really good books. Yeah. It's by Joanna Barker. There's a 2-book, I guess you call that a series, couplet, whatever.
Oh yeah.
The first one's called Heart Worth Stealing. And the second one's called So True Love. It sounds really mushy, but it's so cool. And I like my feminist overtones in my romance books. And this is so that. These are like both books, like really strong heroines, sort of independent and in charge of their households or running a household kind of thing. And the romance is really cute, but it's not like, he doesn't come in and save her.
Yes.
Each time.
Got it.
And they're really cool.
No damsels in distress.
No. They sort of save each other in different ways at different times. Both of them save the heroes at certain times. Yes. It's really cool. They're set in the 1800s in, I guess, in England. The second one's in London City in the 1800s, which is really cool. And they're like solving crimes and things like that.
Oh, that's exciting.
The first one's about a missing watch that was like belonged to her late father that goes missing, and then that is like the string that unravels a big mystery, and the guy comes in as like a private detective, but so that was sort of frowned upon.
It's not just a romance, like it's there's like other aspects.
Yeah, it's like a mystery sort of in between the romance. So it's cool. So maybe romantic suspense, maybe.
Yeah.
And the second one, she is the private investigator, which was frowned upon because like the police were the ones in charge, and then so that was
cool.
Yeah,
and just in time for Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
So what was that author again?
Joanna Barker, and we've got her in the library.
Cool.
A few different books I read from her, but these two are like so good.
Your favorite one.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yay.
Yeah. What about you? What have you been reading?
I'm reading fiction. Yeah, surprise. I set myself a challenge like every year. Like last year I tried to do like a 25 for 25. But I'm such a mood reader. And this year I was like, and I read some of the ones that I said I was going to read, but definitely not all. But this year I've tried to set myself to read like the first kind of like 26 that are on my TBR, because if you're new here, my TBR is massive. It used to be like over 1,000, and I culled it right back either through reading them or just being like, I'm never going to read that, or that's not where I'm at these days. I managed to cull it right back to like just over 500. So still a lot.
And how many do you have on your holds list at the
We
library?
don't talk about that.
Not quite 500.
Yeah, that's not public information. And so I've like gone back and I've just gone and like set myself like at least the first 26 on my list, because I know some of them have been there since like 2018 kind of at least. So all that being said, I'm currently reading Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy by
cool.
Douglas Adams. I've seen the movie.
Yeah.
It's one of those books that I've like always meant to read. Like I've started it at different times and then been distracted by something. But I just needed something that wasn't super long, because I'm studying still at the moment. So I just needed something that wasn't super long, that was a bit like lighter, and
full
it's
of gags.
Yeah.
I feel like I read that when I was quite young.
Well,
and I can't remember too much, but I just remember it was
interesting
like gag after
because it kind of like Terry Pratchett is my favorite author, and I know that Douglas Adams was sort of like one of his like partial inspirations, and you can really tell because there's that similar kind of satire, like it's fantasy but science fiction kind of. Yeah, it's one of those ones that sort of blurs the lines between fantasy and science fiction. But it has a lot of sort of like very, satirical like observations about humanity, but like through this kind of science fiction lens. But yeah, you can definitely see, as I feel like, Terry Pratchett did the same, although from what I've read, like Douglas Adams had more of a nihilistic view of humanity, whereas Pratchett was definitely more of like a humanist. So like they're kind of similar style, but the main thing that kind of stood out to me in terms of the inspiration, because Terry Pratchett's like known for like his footnotes and like his little asterisk notes in a lot of his work, and Douglas Adams like does the same thing. So I'm enjoying it. It's funny, it's silly, I've seen the movie, so it's something that's like kind of familiar, and it's just different. Like if you've listened in the past, I read a lot of heavy catalog nonfiction, and I read a lot of heavy nonfiction because I'm really interested in just knowing stuff. So it's nice to take a little bit of a break from that sometimes.
Yeah, something a bit lighter.
Yeah. So I'm enjoying it. Speaking of enjoying things, you have been doing exciting things.
Yeah, well, I went on holiday. I went to Wellington to visit my good friend Catherine, and while I was there, I had to do what all of us librarians and library lovers like to do, go and collect a library from a different town.
Yeah, come visit the library, see what it's like.
Yeah. So on my holiday, I went to the library. I went to Poneke to visit the librarians down there, and they invited me to go to see Te Matapihi, the library that is reopening in the central city. So basically the library closed in temporarily from I believe 2019 or something like that.
Yeah, it's been shut for a while.
Yeah. It was for like repairs to earthquake strengthening, things like that. So they had satellite libraries pop up. So they're in the process of setting it all up, and in March they're going to reopen the most amazing library in the central city, Te Matapihi.
So jealous that you got a sneak peek.
Yeah, well, I think we should go on a field trip and go see them again when they're open, and then just have a play around in the library. But anyway, I caught up with Khadro and Tarns and Petra from the, I believe they work in Te Awa Library, but they're all shifting across within the next month.
I went to Te Awa Library when we went down for conference, but I did not get a sneak peek at the new library.
Yeah, well, it was totally worth it. And if you happen to be in the area from next month, definitely go and visit this library. But we'll play an interview from their team, and then, they'll let us know what cool stuff they have. Kia ora koutou, this is Karlie here, and today I'm very lucky and happy to interview a couple of awesome librarians from the public libraries in Wellington City. What makes it even better is that I'm speaking to you from inside the soon-to-be reopened, new and improved Te Matapihi ki te Ao Nui, the Central Library in Wellington City. I was so keen to meet up with these people that I arranged it to happen during my holiday. So I don't know if I get extra credit for that or not. So without further ado, I'm happy to welcome Tarns and Khadro to the shelf. Hi, guys.
Kia ora, morena.
Morena.
Could you maybe one by one introduce yourselves and tell us a little bit about your role in the library?
Awesome. Cool, I'll start. My name's Tarns Hood. I'm a customer service librarian at Te Awe Library, which is on Braddon Street. We're nearly almost shutting the doors, but been there for the last 5 years. I work Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, helping the people. Librarians are angels, so that's where I spend my day. I'm a part of the web inquiries team. I run some reading events, do a bit of everything really. That's what makes the best librarian, eh?
That's right.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Khadro. I also work at Te Awe Library with Tarns, and yes, we're shutting the door soon. I've been there for less time than Tarns has, but I've been on and off with the libraries for about 4 years. And yeah, I really enjoy doing children's programs. It's like the one thing that I really enjoy is story times, and yeah, I really like my job.
Oh, awesome. And I love to ask my colleagues this question, but what is your favourite thing about being a librarian? If you could narrow it down, it's hard to narrow it down.
Oh,
actually.
so many good things.
Yeah.
eh?
Gosh, there's so many good things. I think my favourite thing, or one of my favourite things about being a librarian, is just being able to work with community members, being able to talk to people, and like not every day's the same, so it's really nice to just have the variety of people come through your doors, interact with them, help them. It's just really fun, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's kind of challenging, but really diverse.
Yeah.
I've come from media, hospo, different backgrounds, and this one sort of is there's so much in the role itself. But to answer the question properly, I've got massive OCD. So to put things in place in order, alphabetized, so good. And if someone says go up to non-fiction and find 613.86 arc, I'm like, yes.
Yes, please.
That is so fun to do. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. My answer to that question is usually like how little interactions can make someone's day. Like, I mean, you get the like challenging moments, but sometimes the smallest, like just chatting to a customer, an elderly person or someone, like, just they're so happy to just be there and talk to someone.
Yeah, it's kind of cool because we get like, we're nearly a one-stop shop for everything. So you've got people coming in that are way up here.
Yeah.
They need to do all their admin. They might need to be signing a will or a divorce paper or something, you know? So we just try and like be that neutral space that also gives them a bit of a break from all those demands. Eh?
Totally.
Yeah. I tell jokes at people all the time.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
You're very good
It's
at
good.
that.
Lighten the mood.
Cool. So I hear Tarns is a slam poetry star.
Get those snaps.
Yeah. Could you explain what slam poetry is to someone who maybe hasn't been introduced to it yet?
Okay, sure. It's basically like competitive poetry. So I've done it for the last 10 years. You are writing and performing your own original work.
Yeah.
And you are putting it in an audience where 5 random members of the public become judges and score your art accordingly. So it's pretty savage in the sense of here I am with 3 minutes of vulnerable stuff about a breakup. And now you're going to give that a score out of 10. But yeah, it's just a competitive scene where you can, you get to meet some really good wordsmiths and you get to use that as a really good conduit to bring out all sorts of messages about everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long have you been doing it?
10 years. I've the triple Wellington Slam champ.
Woo!
That's not bad. I've got a little trophy.
That's awesome.
So 2019, 2020 and 2025.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically across New Zealand, Slam does happen in the main cities and a few of the provinces. And poets get up. They try and sort of compete to knock out their competitors, and then they come together in the National New Zealand Poetry Slam Finals, which is usually in Auckland or Christchurch, but we just had it here for the first time. I didn't win. That's fine. That's true to just
really well.
I did.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Does that ever get recorded, or does anyone?
Yeah,
is it
pretty.
just live?
Technical difficulties in the last sort of setup. But yeah, so there's a couple of outfits like Poetry in Motion and Motif Poetry, in association with the National Library as well. So look up Slam Poetry Wellington on YouTube, and you'll definitely see me blathering on about various irreverent
Oh my
things.
gosh, I can't wait. I'll be looking that up.
Nice.
Khadro, I hear you're a talented writer as well. What kind of works have you done? Have you published?
Yeah, so I also have published poetry, and currently I have a fiction book out. It's a really different world from slam poetry in that it's much slower, I think, and it's not. It's more written. It's not meant to be performed, and where slam poetry is a performance, I think written poetry is a little bit different.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really enjoyed it. But I've transitioned to fiction now, and I like fiction a lot, and I think it feels a bit more like home at the moment.
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of finding my feet a little bit.
Awesome.
But
What's the title of your book?
So my novel came out in March of 2025. Yes. And it is called Before the Winter Ends.
Oh,
And it's
cool.
set in Wellington and Cairo and in Somalia.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
guessing it's in your guys' collection.
Oh,
Is it?
yeah.
Yeah.
Highly reserved.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's in our collection too. Yeah. Oh, that's good. I'm gonna have to read that. I have no
Yeah.
idea. Oh, that's really cool. So, so we can go to the library if we want to read your work, and we can go online if we want to see your slam
Absolutely.
poetry.
Yeah.
Nice.
Cool. Okay, so moving back to Wellington City Libraries, could you explain to Northlander listeners the situation with Te Matapihi and what people can expect maybe when the doors reopen or things to look
Everything.
forward to?
You can expect wonderment. A
Yes.
magical land of absolutely everything.
Yeah.
To sort of summarise and make it really simple for you guys, so we closed what was the Central Library in 2019. Structural, earthquakes, all that sort of stuff we need to really strengthen the building. So when we shut that down, 3 pop-ups opened in the interim. So we had Arapaki on Manor Street, which opened in 2019. We had He Matapihi, which is next to the National Library, as another smaller collection, that opened in 2020. And then where Khadro and I are based at Te Awe Library, that opened in 2020, and we're closing in March. So basically, we got this building all ready for us. We redesigned it in huge collaboration with Mana Whenua. That was really important. And we focused a lot of the design on its te taio, which is the natural environment. So when you walk in here, it may still feel like the old library, but there's a whole lot of new stuff. So what have we got in here? Noka Te Ao, which is the capital E. We've got Wellington City Archives. People can pay their rates, they can get their dog tags, the service centre desk is going to be here. Just quietly, 250,000 books going to be here. That's, a whole lot of special collections as well. We can elaborate on those a bit further down the line. But yeah, it's going to be all go from March 14.
So exciting. Yeah, and I can test. It's more like, what don't you have in here?
Yeah, I mean, if you want
Yeah.
heritage, you've got it. If you want to find out the city's taonga, you've got
Yeah.
it. Rare books collection, large books, every sort of digital thing you can think of too.
Yeah.
I mean, we're sitting in a pretty cool space right now, aren't we?
Yeah, we are. This is the recording studio. We've got a whole lot of flash equipment, instruments and everything. And here I am recording on my phone when there's microphones and everything available. That's so cool, though.
Yeah. So yeah, we think it's just going to reinvigorate the city. There's
Totally.
so much of us that are going to call the library at home, and it's
Yeah.
just so much. There's so much to explore.
Yeah, definitely. And as librarians, we feel strongly about the value of public libraries to our communities. What are some of the reasons you think libraries really matter?
Yeah, I think libraries have always mattered, but I think they matter so much more in this day and age, especially after COVID, with the cost of living, especially for our vulnerable communities, homeless people, children, whānau. Libraries exist because, you can just come in, you can sit down, you're not expected to buy anything. Staff don't come and ask you, what are you doing here? It's a place where everyone's welcome. And, free internet, printing, we've got a cafe, and also just a place to be. So I think, there's so many reasons why libraries are cool, but those are just like a handful of things that make us special.
Yeah, totally.
Not to neg out, but there is a bit of a challenging sort of homelessness crisis and a lot of transient people in the city.
Yeah.
And I think libraries are the only place where they can get power, warmth, comfort, knowledge, resources, anything, with no judgment.
Yeah.
Right? And that's cool for me too, so with an experience in hospitality and being a bar manager or being in retail or being in media. It's just a place where you can go, cool, I'm here to help the people who need help.
Yep.
Eh.
And there's no one walking around wondering why you're there or not.
Yeah.
You just sit there for
Yeah.
hours on end.
Yeah.
And Te Awa's open for like 12 hours.
12
so
hours a day,
it's really
yeah,
cool
8
to
to
people-
8.
8 a.m.
We have
to
to kick
8
people
p.m.
out at 7:59
Yeah.
every night.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
really cool that people can just come and sit
Yeah.
on a rainy day and be warm and have
Yeah.
power.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I always think about that too, like how important we're going to be as climate change becomes more of a factor as well.
Yeah,
Like just, you know, to get out of the extreme weather or to charge your phone or to talk, to communicate with people and you know,
Yeah.
your family on the internet. Yeah.
Yes. Well, you're
always
probably
on
in
the
the
back of my
safest
mind.
building in the city
Yeah.
at this point now,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Extreme.
That's so true. Okay, so I took a little look at your online catalogue and you have some really cool collections that we don't have yet at Whangarei Library. We'll go through a few of them. The first one may be zines. Could we chat about those? Like what are zines to people that might not know what they are?
So zines are pretty iconic, very, very Wellington coded. We have 1,300 in our collection. So
wow.
basically it's the easiest access point for you to get your work in a collection if you create a zine. Little foldable, how do you call a zine in 20, what do you call it? It's a modern...
It's like a modern book. Like,
little
you
fold
just fold
up,
it out, there's a little
printed at home.
Yeah, template you can follow.
Yeah, so they are free to borrow and it's kind of cool. You've got almost every topic there is, right?
Yeah, that's so cool. That's definitely something I'm interested in. You have vinyl and CDs as well, so you got music.
Vinyl is having a revival, right?
Yeah.
So anything retro. So vinyl is available in all of our library spaces, but $1 a week.
Mm-hmm.
You can get a little 45 and put it on the LP at home, or if you want to modernise, there's portable CD players, DVD players as well, right? So it's kind of anything that you can put on a piece of equipment that can project. We might have it. Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. And you have board games as well. That's pretty cool. How many board games do you
60 board games.
Wow.
I don't want to say that everyone who plays board games is nerds, but there really are some quite intricate and elaborate games. You've got Catan, of course, all of those ones. There's King of Tokyo, Terraforming Mars. Again, available through our catalogue. Just look up a board game and then maybe start a family fight in the weekend by getting a copy of Pandemic and having a go.
Oh, that's really cool. At Whangarei Libraries, we have a new-ish collection called Hikakano, which is our library of things. It's still quite small, but we're really interested in expanding maybe one day. But Hikakano just translates to the seed, as in the seed of learning. So we have an explore collection, a play collection.
Nice.
Yeah, so we have telescopes, sewing machines, games as well. Were
That's
there any
so
games you might recommend?
There's cheeky games that are really good to support te reo learning.
Yeah.
Like pakiaka. So you can
Pakiaka.
pretend we're playing a game. It's no, you're doing some deep learning here with some skills. There is, I guess, the top one that I just asked a few people around was, what was it? King of Tokyo. It's a highly recommended fun family game. So I'd say that one. But Kimu, there's different ones to suit different tastes. So.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, but highly recommend the te reo learning ones.
Yeah. Awesome. And that sort of leads us into, I hear that you guys have a maker space and a wet space as well. Could you maybe let us know maybe what you have in the maker space / wet space?
Yeah, so Makerspace is a hub for kind of everything you need creatively. So there's 3D printing, there is clay, there is sewing machines. You can kind of go in and just work on your own little project. There's tools around that can help you accomplish what you want. We've got one here at Te Matapihi, but there's also one out in Waitohi as well, Johnsonville.
Oh, yeah.
And they're just collaborative spaces that people can come and create.
Yeah.
The recording studio is also part of Makerspace.
Yeah,
kind of.
it's definitely a creative space. Yeah.
It's kind of a weird blend to think, I'm going to mix paint with books, but there's good drainage on the floor, I think. Really desirable part of the library for us to work in if you're a sort of really pliable person with your hands. I don't know if they got the A-OK on the kiln and or woodcutters, but it's a very active.
Yeah.
Space.
That's really cool. Do people have to book the space or anything, or do they? Can they
Surely
just
there'll
rock
be a
up?
system like that. I know that it's going to be utilised by schools, and a few groups will come through, and they'll be able to use the kitchenette and everything that's off there. So it's really cool setup,
Yeah.
again, I think you're going to forget you're in a library for a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, that's so cool. Could you tell me a little bit about your preschool story times and baby rock and rhyme sessions? I'm on we call ours fun time crew at
Nice.
Whangarei Libraries, so I'd like to chat about like why this kind of programming is like so good for the little ones' development and things like that.
Yeah,
Are you interested in that too?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I do a lot of like little stuff for the children, kind of the CYA space.
Yeah.
There's preschool story times and Baby Rock and Rhyme are just some of the children and youth programs that we run. So across our library networks, Baby Rock and Rhymes run in every branch pretty much at a certain time, and you can go on our website and find which ones are on, and they just help like early literacy skills, fine motor skills, music, kind of, you know, playing with little maracas, that kind of stuff. And also preschool story times we offer them in English, but we're also really lucky that we also offer them in Spanish and in Te Reo Māori, which is, I think, really cool. And they're all ways, I think, to get children and whānau coming into the libraries, come in to use our space, come in to be part of kind of the hub that we're creating here. So I think it's like just a really fun way to be a part of this growing little community. And some older staff at Te Awa and at other branches, you know, they have children come in and they were there from their Baby Rock and Rhymes.
Yeah.
So it's really cool to like build these little connections early on, I think.
Yeah, I've noticed it's really good for like young mums making a connection.
Yeah,
with
little
it.
like mum
Yeah,
groups
we have
come
plunkett
in.
groups too
Yeah.
that meet every month
Yeah.
as well, so it's a really good resource for them.
Yeah.
2 to 5 year olds scare me. I don't do much of this.
Yeah.
That's
They can be pretty high.
the harshest
Yeah.
audience. Yeah, right.
In some ways,
So
they're an
blunt.
easy audience
No
because they
way.
just kind of listen to music, and it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
you don't have to be particularly cool.
Yeah.
They're just
No,
like, oh, I
it's
love
just
the
like the
song.
noise and the vibration.
yeah,
Yeah,
And
exactly.
the parents
Yeah.
do most of the
The
work.
standard
but-
is so low for the kids.
Yeah,
They're
they're
easily
just like,
Oh, well,
cool
yeah.
song, cool beat. I've got this little
Yeah.
boy, so I think it's really cool.
Yeah.
And also people come in and then they build these little groups. So I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, you came in by yourself, but now you've got like 3
Oh,
friends.
yeah.
It's so cute.
That they're
Yeah.
excited to see every session. That's
Yeah.
cool. Meanwhile, our colleagues are laughing at us for like dancing and
Yeah.
looking like
What's yours
crazy.
called again? Fun time.
Fun time. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Have you guys been running a summer school holiday reading competition program or anything?
Yes, so we run themed kind of programs every school holidays. But over the summer, we had Summer Reading Challenge, which is still ongoing, and it ends on the 31st or 30th of January. And that is like a way that kids can come explore a collection, but also explore the city, explore the library, and they can like check off their stuff on Beanstack, which is like a little website that we use, and then they get little prizes, and then they can document their little journey of like reading. It's really
that's so
cool.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm interested in Beanstack. Like I've heard about it and I've looked at it before, but we haven't used it. What we did this year, our children's librarian, Mrs. Kite, and our teens services librarian, Milani, like co-labbed on a school holiday program where the kids would like do a challenge and then they'd come in to collect a trading card, and the trading cards were like mythical creatures, so then we
Oh,
get like the full set, and the teens would have like 10 more than the kids or something. So yeah, that's
They
really
like
cool.
collecting a set.
Yeah,
They
they
love
do.
collections,
We
don't
do.
We've got badges that we give out for if you
Yeah.
you know do the quests through the reading adventure and
Yeah.
Yeah, there's also book prizes
Yeah.
and like all this really cool stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. What are some other event highlights from maybe like the past year that you're really proud of?
Well, for me, I have to be biased and say I just quietly put on a slam in the libraries. But it was kind of, there was a bit of heat happening in libraries up north last year. I don't know if you remember, but through sort of the LGBTQIA plus communities got a bit affected, and I think library spaces became not a cool spot. So I wanted to see if we could run a poetry slam in our library for adults, and it was attended by 60 plus people. We had 6 very keen slammers doing 2 rounds, and it was nice. No awful people came marching through, but it was a cool way to incorporate poetry into a library space. So that would be definitely one that I was proud of for last year.
That sounds
Nice little one.
Yeah.
And for Pride. I have pride in Pride. We ran it during Pride, so that was
Awesome.
kind of cool.
Yeah, well done.
And I guess my second one is I've done some training with it's Read to Lead training. So there's a program called Reading Revolution. So essentially it's just about busting down isolation, and not a book club, just a bunch of people getting to read a book. or a passage, a poem and a story. So we trialled that for a year last year in the libraries, and that's really cool. So those are my two big ones, reading group and a pride slam.
Both sound awesome. How about you?
Yeah, I would say a really big reason I love libraries is for the diversity and like having so many different people from all walks of life come through. And I really enjoy putting up different displays for certain communities that really help them feel seen. I think like just putting up a little display that isn't a big deal to you, and then somebody from that community telling you, thank you for acknowledging my language week or whatever, is really exciting. So I put up a little display for Congo, for Palestine, and just having people, feedback and say, awful things are happening all over the world, and seeing this little tiny corner of a Wellington library display my language or my country is really special to me. I think that always just gives me a sense of like a little bit of pride, but also like, this is why I really like libraries. This is really cool. Yeah.
Oh, they're all both really good examples of how welcoming libraries are, and that's really
and
awesome.
Unconventional too, right?
Yeah.
Not what you really sort of think.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Have you guys considered making a library podcast? I hear you might have had one at one point.
Yeah, so we actually do have a library podcast. It's called Kotare Wellington City Libraries Presents. It has been a little bit inactive, so the last upload I think was from 2024, but we do have a YouTube channel with like a bunch of interviews and events and story times that you can still access. And we've got our website as well.
We've got some good social media presence Wellington City Libraries. I think there's an Instagram. TikTok, I'm not sure if we're that down with the kids yet, but we would.
And we're hoping that the podcast comes back to life.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to be in hot demand for it after this.
Yeah, and you've got the perfect room for it as well. You've got all the equipment. Oh, that's so cool. Okay. I think we're up to the quick fire round where I test library stereotypes. So
Here we go.
We have things in our library that we kind of assume might be universal to other libraries. But you can just say whether it's true or not, and elaborate if you want to. But basically, I'll go through a list. Okay, so the first one, in the morning, are there a bunch of people waiting outside the library doors?
Absolutely,
to get in?
100%.
Nose to the glass.
Yeah. We have a cafe in our library too, so that opens up at the same time. So might be going for caffeine, but absolutely desperate to get that paper, magazine, or in a book. Thought so.
Okay.
Tick.
Do you have regulars that come in just to use to read the newspaper every morning?
Yes.
The newspaper guys?
Yes,
yeah.
we do.
We've got a little box now that we've had to sort of cut the puzzles out and then put them saying, please take one. There's a couple of community assigned people who will go, I'll make some photocopies for today. We've also had to put a little sign in our newspapers saying, please don't fill these in. Make a photocopy.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
you absolutely dedicated newspaper people for sure.
Oh,
We have the Herald and the Dominion, so two papers.
Yeah.
Oh, and then a whole lot.
Is there a self-proclaimed cat lady on your staff?
I think
that's
everyone.
you.
Everyone.
It might be. It is.
everyone.
I'm kind of obsessed with cats.
Hey,
General,
they are.
cat imagery.
I'm just
cat.
realising
good
you're wearing
people.
a cat
the
necklace.
necklace,
There's cats all over my badges. These aren't even my cats. That's a cat from down the street. I've called him Biggie. Yes. So there are cats. I would like to say there are no cardigan cats.
I was going to say that.
I bought a cardigan before I got the job because I
it was
thought
uniform.
Absolutely. I thought I need a big chunky knit. I've worn it once. So.
Okay. Okay, we can tick 2 off there.
Yeah.
Have you heard the phrase, I thought libraries were supposed to be quiet?
Yes.
In your...
Yeah, especially during Baby Rock and Rhymes or when I worked out at another branch. Johnsonville, it's a very big session, so people would come and say, library's meant to be quiet. It's like, well, no, not really. They're a community space. So sometimes they're loud and sometimes they're not. So.
I literally thought I was going to be too loud to be a librarian. I've come from drama and radio, so I thought, oh no. And at my job interview, I didn't even know where Te Awe Library was, right? I was like, I'm sure they've had the libraries in here. And I walked into that space and there were hundreds of people. There was a massive treaty talk going on. The whole event floor was covered with people talking quite loudly and openly. And I'm like, I'm going to be fine.
Yeah.
This is not the shushville that it used to be.
Yeah. Oh, that's so cool. Have you ever had to find a book where people don't remember what the title is or the author, maybe the cover was blue?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
We've got a bunch of people on email called Library Detectives, and so there's a whole bunch of people that we can land a message on Teams and go, okay, this person, it's about 1940s, about a man on a boat who for somehow meets a squirrel, and that's all you've got.
Yeah.
But, we've got historians on team and a few other people who are avid readers, so yes. Yeah. Sometimes you'll find a patron that just wants to ask you a random question and they do not need the book or resource from. They just want to test you, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. Totally feel that. Do people outside the library assume you read all day at work? No?
Yes and no. Like, yes, in the sense that they think you know everything. So, like, they'll come in and be like, I know this particular book that's bestseller. What do you think? And I'm like, oh, I haven't read it. And they're like, oh. But at the same time, there's people who don't necessarily think that. But, there's a bit of a diversity.
Yeah. We get a lot of people who might listen to the national program and then come in with their or bestseller Unity books list and expect you to A, have that for them, B, give them a synopsis of it.
Yeah.
As long as it's in the collection.
What's your checkout limit at this library?
I think it's
150.
Yeah,
oh my gosh!
Know your limits though.
I tell people it's unlimited, and then I go, actually, it's 150 because sometimes unlimited to some people.
And that's
really
not even
does
counting Libby, your ebooks as well. So
true. Oh wow, ours is 50, and we thought that was a lot.
Wow.
Cool. I think that's it for the stereotypes.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah. So I'll just wrap this up and. Thank you so much, Tarns and Khadro, for your time. It's been wonderful hearing about your mahi, your creative endeavours, and learning about Wellington City Libraries. You all do a fantastic job, and your reputation for good service precedes you. So thanks for the glimpse into Matapihi, and thank you to Petra as well, off air. The public are in for a really good treat when they come and it's been amazing.
Yeah.
So
if you're not a member, come sign up.
Yes.
Absolutely get some membership for Te Matapihi ki Te Aonui opening March 14th. But you can sign up at any library now. Also, if you've lost your library card, also if you think you've got overdues and fees that are stopping you coming through the doors.
Don't worry about it.
Absolutely not. Get back in
and if you're
here.
just in the city, come see us as well.
Reviving.
Yeah.
And you're also online, the website, they can check you guys out, and social media, etc., YouTube.
So tematapihi.govt.nz
for the Te Matapihi specific website.
Correct.
If you want our library website, it's wcl.govt.nz.
Perfect. Cool. Thank you, everyone. This has been awesome.
Nice to meet you. Thank you so much for chatting with us.
Much. And ka kite from Wellington Libraries.
Nice. Matiwa.
Welcome back to The Shelf, a podcast for Whangarei District Libraries on Beagle 88.1 FM. That was such a cool interview, Karlie.
Such a cool group of people they got down there.
And they had some amazing things to say about what they do and the value of libraries, which is perfect because Library Lovers Day is coming up this Saturday. February 14th.
Yeah, move over Valentine's Day.
Yeah,
this is the more
Valentine
holiday.
too. I'm not familiar. So Library Lovers Day is celebrated internationally each year on February 14th, and it's a day to value our libraries, our librarians, that's us, and the valuable roles that these information services, community hubs, and awesome resource spaces play in our lives. I know that we certainly both love libraries.
Yeah, this might be our favourite topic.
Yeah, I think, have we done this I know you and I have done this one together at least twice. But it's definitely, we love to evangelize regarding the public library.
Yeah, and thank goodness we have a platform now.
A somewhat captive audience.
Yes.
Have you got some stats for us about public libraries in New Zealand?
I do. So this is from loveyourlibrary.org.nz, which is a website I highly recommend you check out. There's some cool stuff on there, including notes from the community. It's called Love Notes about what they love about the library.
So
but
cute.
First things first, on their homepage, they have some stats about library use in Aotearoa as a whole, and I'll just read it out for you. So it goes, public libraries represent the largest library sector in New Zealand in terms of registered and active members, 1.4 million, collections, 9.8 million physical items, 3.7 million digital items, service locations, 338, including mobile libraries, visitation, 28.7 million physical visits, 30.3 million virtual visits.
Interesting.
Usage, 35.1 million physical loans, 13.3 million digital loans / downloads, and staffing, 2,450 full-time equivalent roles.
Wow.
So that
That's
really
really-
puts it into perspective, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
and quite interesting that the virtual has overtaken the physical, only slightly, but still something that I wasn't aware of. This website is really good. You can find your local library. I think it's run by Public Libraries New Zealand, but the other thing that I thought, this is sort of off track, but sort of not off track, but they do have information on the fine-free Aotearoa movement, I guess you would call it, which the goal is for every public library in Aotearoa to remove significant barriers to accessing trusted information, joy of reading, and connecting with others. I feel like it's just something that I get asked about quite a lot. People sort of think that that when you tell people that we don't do fines anymore, they're like, how will you ever get the books back? And they just don't realize that actually it's much more likely for that to be a barrier and for the books and the people to potentially never come back, rather than fines free. Obviously, if you've had it for so long, we do charge a replacement cost, but here in Whangarei anyway, you can make it go away by bringing your books back. But I just thought that was
that is pretty
it's a
cool.
neat sort of resource of information if it's something that you've been curious about or you don't really understand the concept of fine free. And it's also got a list of all the fine free libraries in the country.
We hopped
we're
on board
there
quite early, I think, actually, a few years ago now.
Yeah.
And like LJ said, we'd much rather have people come through the library.
And life happens, of course there are potentially some people that are going to be consistently late and things, but for the most part, a lot of the time when a lot of people still don't realise that we're fines free, especially if they are not in all the time. They'll come back and they go, I'm so sorry, I've been in hospital, or this happened and then this happened, and or we went to Auckland and we left the book here, and it's only just they've got and they're so anxious and stressed about it, or they've been dreading it, or putting it off, and it's it's nice to just be able to be like, it's okay, we just want the book back.
We totally get it. I probably shouldn't admit this, but I've been overdue.
We've all been overdue. It's a human thing. You like to think that you do everything correct all the time, but sometimes life happens even when you I was going to say live in the library. No, we don't live there. We just work there. We just work there.
So that is a really cool website. It's got a whole lot of information.
I noticed on the love notes too that some of those are our ones from when we did the night library.
Oh, cool! I hadn't gone that far.
Yeah, when I was looking at them earlier, it just said Northland, but I recognised them because a few of us have got the physical ones still at our desks. I'm probably not going to be able to find it now, but there was a few. There's something about our events, loving to coming to our events, because I was like, oh, I recognise that.
We did the physical version of this at the night library,
and
because we love getting positive.
We do. It's just nice to hear the impact that we have,
that libraries have. There was a lot of repeated words like inclusivity, kind
safe
librarians, community. Safe space was another one. So there's definitely a real sense of those same feelings across multiple libraries.
Yeah, and if
Yeah.
you haven't seen it, speaking of loving your library, valuing your library, there was also a good opinion piece posted on the spin-off on February 4th from Marilyn Waring, and it's long, so I'm not going to read it all out, but it is worth having a look at. It's called Librarians' Work is Essential and Still Treated as Expendable. And yeah, I think it's a really beautiful, I mean, of course, I think it's a really beautiful and valuable piece, but it really is, it's well written and it covers a lot of ground. And
it sort of explains library work, like our work is often, I think it even says in there, like, reduced to maybe people think of us as the checkout people that they see,
that
but
put
there's a
things
lot.
back on the shelf.
It's kind of a
I think
a
it's
complex role.
It's misunderstood, I would almost say. I think, well, I mean, I know that we've talked in the past, but certain mayors of other cities, not this one, have said things like, couldn't we just, to save money, couldn't they just be staffed by volunteers and things like that? And that's not to say that volunteers aren't valuable. Volunteers are absolutely a valuable part of any community ecosystem, and we have some volunteers that help us with shelving and mending and other tasks like that. But it also does undervalue the fact that
a lot of our work is skilled work and it's complex,
and a lot of us
different
also have
facets.
Qualifications. Karlie's got a master's. She's not the only one on staff with a master's. I've got a diploma, almost a bachelor's. So it's a good piece, but I want to read. She quotes filmmaker Michael Moore right at the end, and I thought this was fun. His quote is, "Librarians are subversive. You think they're just sitting there at the desk all quiet and everything. They're like plotting the revolution, man. I wouldn't mess with them."
Oh, well said.
I quite enjoyed that one.
We're
Talk about
revolutionary,
busting,
man.
talk about busting stereotypes of the shushers in their cardigans, although I did wear a cardigan today.
Well, that's so true though, because like librarians are quite like, we're low-key activists. We love standing up for like welcoming everyone from the community into the library, and it's an equal space.
I mean,
it's
that's
a democratic
big part
space.
of why we do this podcast and the rest of the work that we do. We want people to have freedom of access to information. Speaking of advocacy, if you haven't been into the Whangarei Central Library or on our website or our Facebook page recently, we do have an important notice that the library will be closing on Sundays. I'm going to read from the poster that's been put up. So, library closing on Sundays. To work within current staffing and budgets, the library will no longer open on Sundays from 1st of March 2026. We appreciate your understanding and look forward to seeing you Monday to Saturday. There is more information and FAQs on our website, so www.wdc.govt.nz/library/Sunday closure. But if you just go to the homepage, there's like a banner at the top and you'll be able to click through and see that. And we know that it brings up a lot of feelings for people. So librarians are the biggest advocates for the expansion of library services. Regular listeners of this podcast in particular will know that all of us that work on the podcast, we really believe in the value of what we do as librarians, but we also believe that our community brings value. Community spaces are a symbiotic relationship. We can't have one without the other. So I really encourage you. The Sunday closure page has information about making a submission, and also the submissions for the annual plan will open on the 1st of March as well. So I would encourage you to put that day in your calendar and make a submission to the annual plan, because we can advocate for the community and we can say this is what we do and this is how we're affected, but people from the community making submissions provides that tangible evidence to back up the things that we say. So you can, there's a form online, there's paper forms in the libraries at the front desk, and feedback will be presented to counsellors for their consideration. But on a side note, I would just say remember that humans are reading this feedback, so 100% bring your passion, but leave your vitriol at the door.
Well said. But this is totally a great opportunity for you to make your voice heard, and it will be, like LJ says, it will be presented to counsellors, so you can guarantee that the right people are reading your feedback. It's not probably not our dream situation to be in.
No,
but we really value our community, and we're starting to see that, like, not starting to see, but from the feedback we've got at desk, like, the community also values us.
The community values us. So, keep valuing us. But put it in a submission rather than, I know sometimes it's easy to just sort of like vent about it, or maybe like a post up a comment on Facebook or something like that, but actually take some time, put it in a submission, submit it through, and we'll see where we go from there. But on that. It's a little bit depressing. We'll bring it up. Preschool fun times are back on.
Woohoo! I had my first session this morning of the year.
The book clubs are back up and running. All this information is on the website, but you can also come in and talk to us. Some highlights. Drop-in tech help was really popular last year, so we have brought that back. It's the first Tuesday of each month, so the next one will be Tuesday 3rd of March, 9:30 to 12 at the Whangarei Central Library. It's free, no booking required, and you can spend up to 30 minutes with a librarian who can help you with things such as using your smartphone, tablet, laptop, any library services, particularly e-resources. That's one that people often want help with setting up.
Those are cool sessions. I'm just a reminder to bring in your device if you want to have some hands-on help with those, like your phone or your laptop if needed.
And then the other thing that is quite neat is there's a free Zoom event. You might have got familiar with Zoom during the COVID lockdown. So it's called Libby Reads, and it's going to be a new monthly author-led book club designed specifically for New Zealand authors. So each month, Jacqueline Bublitz, I should have looked up how to say her name beforehand, but she will host a live discussion with the featured titles author that patrons can attend for free on Zoom. So the first one is going to be on Wednesday, 25th of February. So if you go onto our website, there is a link to where you can register for free to the Zoom event, which is quite neat. So that's Libby is one of the apps that we have for e-audiobooks and e-books that you can access through your library card, and they are hosting that. So that's really neat.
Awesome.
Bit different. Anything else to highlight?
Maybe I'll just say that we wrapped up our school holiday program run by Mrs. Kite, the children's librarian, and Milani, the teen services librarian / shelf co-host. And that went really well. That was our mythical creatures trading cards, where the kids had to do a challenge and then come in and collect a card, like maybe go on a bushwalk, collect a card, read something, collect a card, and that was really cool. So we did get a shout out on RNZ.
Was it More FM? No, not More FM. Morning No, I've
Yeah.
forgotten.
A shout out on national radio.
I didn't put it in my notes, but yeah, we did. We got a shout out on national radio.
Which was really cool.
Yeah, super exciting.
Super exciting.
And yeah, I know that Marama and Milani worked really hard on putting together their. I'm looking it up. Oh yes, Jessie Mulligan on national radio for the mythical cards.
Yeah, I think
was
they were
where we
doing
got
a
the shout.
segment on what
shout
kids
out.
could do in the library, not in the library, in the holidays. And
Yeah,
the library was one of those.
very, very cool.
So not to brag or anything.
Famous now. But yeah, I know they work really hard on those each year, and it's just so cool to see. What everybody's been up to. Like that's to do each challenge, you have to show what you've done for the challenge, like either photos or people bring in drawings or whatever that particular card is. And yeah, I must say that is such a highlight of it for me, is getting to have those interactions and
Where they're so excited to show you.
yeah, and also just like learning about new things, people showing me these different bushwalks and things that
And
they've
there was
done.
a fact one, you had to give a mythical creatures fact, and the kid, I learned so much.
I didn't get any of those ones. I was really bummed out. But I saw a lot of really cool Lego creations and all sorts of stuff. So if you didn't get involved this year, definitely get involved next time around. I'm not sure what it will be next time, but
maybe something similar, maybe something completely different. Who knows?
But just as exciting, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's giving the kids a good experience of the library as well.
And keeping them reading and entertained over the holidays.
Totally.
All right, so should we wrap it up for our first show back?
Yeah.
The next show will be 25th of February, so 2 weeks' time. Same time, same place. And make those submissions.
Yeah.
Make your voice heard. And we'll see you in the library.
Ka kite.
Ka kite.